Hello guys, this is Igor Miktan, Video Games, and since Hangouts on Air is ending on August 1st, this might as well be the last live stream. So I'm going to quickly put the Hangouts link so that if you guys want to, you can get there, but this is the last stream. Since tomorrow YouTube is shutting down the Hangout system, which is the system I'm using to stream right now, so this may well be the last stream, as in the title. I've picked no particular topics, but if you do want to join in, there's a link. So basically, the reason this is the last stream is because Google decided to shut the entire Hangouts program down, and that's the program I'm using to stream. So because of that, this may be the last stream, since there is no topic I'm going to do right now. You can suggest the topics in the live chat, or you can join in the Hangouts. So I'm just going to send the Hangouts link again. But at least there will still be videos. So if you have any ideas of what content should I do, especially in this last live stream on this Hangouts on Air program, then suggest in the live chat. And since Mr. Elite has been using the Hangouts on Air to do his roundtable streams, this will affect more than me, since he'll soon discover that he may not be. They couldn't share a glass of soy milk over Hangout, so they canned it. Can't join currently since I'm in Vienna with a dicey internet connection. Well, that's the situation, Sydney MGTOW. Now I'm going to add moderator. So also you get a moderator. And another thing is that this will affect YouTubers who aren't even MGTOW. So that's bad for everyone, including us MGTOWs. Thanks, bro. Well, you get the moderator so that I can make sure that thoughts don't enter here. But if you have your own topic suggestions, then you can post here. And if you also want video suggestions, then you can post here, because I haven't pre-chosen the topic. But for all intents purposes, this is the last live stream over the Hangouts. So call yourself lucky if I find out another program. There is only so much Susan Wojcicki can get away with before shareholders want her out. But here's the thing, Sydney. The Hangouts on Air platform isn't run by YouTube. It does have the capability of streaming on YouTube, but it is not run by Susan. So it must be someone in the Google executives pushing the Hangouts shutdown. So someone in Google is doing that. So it's not Susan directly, but she is supporting it. So I do agree with Sydney's comment, but it's not really Susan pushing the decision to end Hangouts, and Susan doesn't even have the control of the Hangouts. She only has control of YouTube, not the entire Google. So that's that. If you have your own suggestions, post them here. But in reality, we're moving to other platforms, and I have even saved the source. Unless Google is trying to make a new messaging platform to try take. They are rolling out new Hangouts MeetApp, which 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 me but we can't use that because there's another thing. Some people will be able to use the new Hangouts Meet app, but we YouTubers have to stick with webcam recording for live streams. That's what they told us. So we do have some. So, Sydney, you are right, but the problem is they didn't even keep the Hangouts for live streams. They probably didn't like me using Hangouts too much, so they decided to shut down. But there are two versions of Hangouts: Hangouts on Air and Classic Hangouts. Classic Hangouts, which is basically the Hangouts app on your phone and something like that, isn't going away until 2020. Meanwhile, Hangouts on Air is going away in August 1st, which is a day away from now. So now that we've talked about the implications of the end of Hangouts, now let's pick the new topic. So, time for the channel suggestions. If you have your own suggestions on the channel, please post them here. And that randoms video is coming up, since the only reason it didn't come is because of some few projects that I had to do. But it is coming up. And I will be rolling out if I have the time to. So if you're asking about what happened to that randoms video, well, I had to do some few projects, but that video will still be uploaded, so if I have time, of course. So that video will be out soon, but that means the end of Hangouts means that I'll have to find new software, and that might be a little tricky trying to invite all of you. But I'll still share the link if any of you guys want to enter, because this is the last Hangouts on Air. And after the day, I won't be able to stream. So they clearly don't like the idea of they clearly don't like the idea of us MGTOWs using their platform to spread our message. So they're probably doing it under the guise of a new app, which I don't think will function properly. But let's talk about some MGTOW topics. So that randoms video will come up soon. And speaking of BitChute, I'm still working on deciding which videos will I be sending on BitChute and which ones I'll be keeping. And also, one of those projects that I was doing was downloading every single one of Portuguese's MGTOW videos, which I will say that I'm finished. Hope you will grow up balanced, so that's good. Of course, I'm MGTOW. And we are growing. And by the way, I'm in France. Hi Sydney Mikta, you're a great watcher videos. Join in. He can't. I'll tell you the reasons he can't. So he can't join in because of the internet connection. He doesn't have a great internet connection. So that might be a reason as to why he can't join in. But if you have your own suggestions, then I'll consider it. And meanwhile, I also had the videos of the idea of making videos in Serbian. So if you have, if you want that, then I'll think about it and release it sometime in the future. So, oh, okay. And also, I might need to fix my low sub count problem, since the sub count was reduced by a bit. But hopefully my new videos will fix it. Now, another thing is that to anyone watching or anyone considering watching is that this is the last day you will be ever able to join in this live chat. So, meaning that tomorrow you won't be able to join in. So, keep that in consideration when you consider joining the stream. The live chat, of course. But anyways, now that I've mentioned everything related to Hangout, I'll also mention that Ivica Armanas, what about that law in June? I have a question, which I'll be shortly posting right there. There goes. So Ivica Armanas, I have a question. So if you have any more data, then I'll be happy to make a video about it. So that's the question. But anyways, another topic is that I'm exploring other platforms and what I'm planning to upload. So that's good. And also, I've been considering making a new version of MGTOW since the current one doesn't seem to be properly developed. So I might need to create a new version of a platform. So that's the situation. So I might need to create a new version of MGTOW, but it would still be called MGTOW. It just would be a newer version of it. And 2 people watching now, 6 likes. That's great. Congrats. Now another thing is that aside from that feminist law that was passed in June 1st, if I recall correctly, there aren't any other feminist laws being passed in Serbia right now. But another breakthrough that I want to talk about recently is the Me Too movement didn't quite succeed in doing its thing, since there was a few times where Neil deGrasse Tyson was accused by some women with hashtag #MeToo intentions, but luckily they didn't succeed, and he managed to keep his job. partly because the accusation was so bad that it was obvious that it was not real. So so that's saying you breakthrough. So apart from the Boy Scouts being practically eliminated in all intents and purposes, because of hashtag MeToo, new male spaces are opening up in forms of jobs and something like that, which would be really good for MGTOWs. No women to annoy on the job, and new jobs opening up because no company is wanting to hire women is great, to be honest. And on the artificial womb department, artificial wombs are still being developed and are being improved by the day. So we so so another thing I'd like to mention is that speaking of the robo dolls, they are being heavily improved with many creating the final product. So the robot dolls, the companion bots, are basically being on the finishing phase. So no more having to deal with women. And basically another thing another thing that women used to do is being replaced. So now that there are many things that are being developed and we are close to the final products in terms of companion bots, we MGTOWs have pretty much succeeded. And we have yet to succeed in the artificial womb department. And if we do both of that, and we have almost done one of that, we will manage to fully outsource women to the bots. Much less problems for any men. So that's great. Now the cascading effect leading, meaning that there is no longer need to have women to the finishing of from the cascading effect is that once the two technologies are finished, divorce lawyers will certainly lose money since there isn't anyone to use their anti-male practices on. Anyone working in the wedding and toy industry is going to lose lots of monies. See Toys R Us because as many men opt into MGTOW, there aren't many children that women could possibly use in their divorce court plan. So the toy industry is basically slowly dying, with one company already declaring bankruptcy. And basically anyone working in wedding cakes and everything related to that is going to lose a lot of money. And Equal Curtain just said Toys R Us got shut down in the UK and in the USA. So basically, a lot of industries and jobs are being closed by MGTOW. Well, it was the jobs that the gynocentric society depended upon it, and there will always be new jobs to replace it. And there there are new improvements happening with the artificial womb, so that project is being finished, and I like seeing jewelry shops jew- jewel- jewelry shops close down. Well, that's great. Me too. I mean, there are far more diamonds than they like it to, than they put on sales. So the price is being artificially inflated. And and stream and and another thing that I would like to mention is that someone is interrupting me again. Now that I've got that out, let I'm also planning to create another prototype of the artificial womb. Back in the day, in the early days of my channel, where I didn't have to worry about Hangouts on air being ended, I had a prototype of the artificial womb, and I'm planning to make another one, this time with much more sophisticated technology and better mechanics in the artificial womb. So a new prototype is being planned. A lot of diamond shops in my area are putting up half the prices. MGTOW is working. Well, in the future, you're going to see. In the future, you're going to see diamonds on clearance 99%, and looks like again someone is interrupting me. Could you maybe stop interrupting me? Now that someone is interrupting me again. I gotta solve that. Can you stop interrupting me? Finally, I got that worked out. Now let's get back to where I was. Oh yes, the diamond shops. Now the diamond shops will be putting up. Now just imagine, in 2000 you had to pay a lot of money just to pay for one diamond rock. Now in 2020 and later, you will be able to see the diamond shops putting diamonds 99% on clearance because of us. We're not only changing society by not being with women, we're also changing the economy. The consumer economy will have to change quite a bit to accommodate the new change that MGTOW is making. And since we are no longer in relationships with women don't get to spend our money, so we have more choice on how we spend money, and that means Gillette ads will no longer appear because women don't make up that much of the percentage of the people who spend. In the future, if things go our way, and if companies are smart enough, which I hope they are. And I have forgotten to add the link. Here is the link. So here is the said link for percentages. So if you want to join in, you can. And especially you would want to join in now, since this is the last stream and I might not be able to stream, and I won't be able to stream the day after. So this might be the last stream. So
Hello, Igor.
Oh, hello there. And one thing I would like to mention. You've gotten at the right time, since Hangouts on Air is ending on August the 1st, so you have gotten at the right time. Now let's continue on with the topic.
Yeah, I
So
had to join.
yes. So another thing I'd like to mention is that on the notice that MGTOW has been changing the economy quite a bit. Any industry related to gynocentric society, Toys R Us, diamond shops, wedding cake shops, all of that is being closed down. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you're right. The entire spectrum of consequences is going to just change everything because it's not just one area. It's like entire societal and industrial and well, basically it's like this culture we live in, and it's like spending on this, on that, on buying stuff. Basically, almost everything is bought for women, but okay, most of the things we buy are for women, but it will be like total, totally devastating hit for that spending culture and for
Oh,
the
yes.
for
And
the
another thing I'd like to mention is that diamonds in 2000 co- costed a lot. But if MGTOW succeeds, there might be a clearance of diamonds. Just imagine not diamonds, rocks, diamond rings 99% off. Basically, you can buy these rocks at dirt cheap. All because of us not wanting to be with women.
yes, but the basic premise of all that is Edward Bernays and his team. Uh, they they thought of it all in like 50s or something. It's like their commercial that made it all happen. Like, oh, diamonds are unbreakable, so the love in marriage is unbreakable. Let's join that together and raise the price of diamonds and let's just skin men. Let's take all their money. They're naive. Let's put that idea of internal love, unbreakable love, love like diamond that will last forever. Let's put that stupid and impossible idea in their heads with movies, with commercials, with all that shit, with music, with songs and everything, and we'll get to skin them for centuries. But MGTOW is going to just stop that drain once and for all, and it will be great.
Oh, and diamonds are not the only, and the diamond industry is not the only one suffering from this. Anything
Yes,
related to divorce courts, wedding cakes, and everything related to that is also collapsing.
yes. Basically, uh, I'm surprised because I thought that women and their allies will just stop us immediately when we show up, but they didn't. So we started to grow. Now we are too big to destroy. We are just they can't touch us now. So how are they going to stop destruction of their golden goose? They have that like golden goose of men, stupid men, blue-pilled men, romantic men, men that believe in novels. Now the truth is spreading. How they're gonna stop us now? I really believe that they have some plan B to stop us if we, you know.
Oh, and another thing, I used your planned tactic. Just look at the comment in the live chat. I said, and what gives you the right to arbitrate what propaganda is and what isn't? The same tactic you recommended to me when I was talking about shaming tactics in the earlier stream.
Yeah,
So,
and the guy that I mentioned, this guy Edward Bernays, he's like the father of propaganda and commercials, and he like introduced this idea of diamonds as wedding rings, And also he introduced the smoking the, as a empowering movement for women. He persuaded women to start smoking because strong women smoke. And I remember that commercial. Some guy did it. It's not about MGTOW, about women. It's about propaganda and commercials. And it was one of the oldest, and most powerful commercials I have ever seen. It's like some chick is smoking and some with some expression in her on her face like I'm the bad bitch motherfucker, and the letters are going under it like only tough women, or I don't know, only strong women, independent women smoke, and that makes them feel powerful and free and independent, or some other shit, I don't know. And you stop and think, man, these women are poisoning themselves, and think they are getting more powerful, free, and independent. That's how stupid and crazy. I mean, it's just just crazy. On the other hand, I've spoken with my cousin. He just came from Sweden on holiday, and things are going really crazy out there in Sweden. So I asked him how long he thinks it's gonna last, basically, and he said like I don't know 20 years or something. So feminazism and matriarchy is destroying Sweden like crazy. So the Sweden will be probably the role model for other countries to see what happens when women take over, because Sweden was the first country that had all women government. So it's like I remember the picture, prime minister woman sits on her by in her table, and the other ministers, female ministers, around her, and they have that power look in their eyes. We are tough bitches, we are strong, we are this and that. Crazy, but it's coming to all of us. So our luck is that we're on the Balkans, and here things here really come too late, late and too late. So tell me, if they remove this Hangout program, they will put some no other, right? So you'll be able to make live
I'll
streams.
tell you exactly what they're planning. They're planning to make a new app called Hangouts Meet, but it will only be a phone app. For anyone who wants to stream, Google has said I need to use, we need to use webcam streaming, which is which means I can't do that because the cap is you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and I don't want to use the webcam.
Hey,
So
so
I have to
basically,
use third-party software.
oh man,
Pani,
bear.
zato sam mi rekao da neću da koristim. So, do, to respond to Jiu-Jitsu Dweeb, do you really think I care whether I'm sexist or not?
That jiu-jitsu dweeb wrote, "We need a woman president to solve world peace." But I read six texts the other day. Just type in "Queens waged more wars than kings" and you'll see a bunch of texts and proofs statistically that women in power, queens basically in the Middle Ages, waged more wars than kings in percentage. So that world peace is woman president, it's like garbage. So don't need to even listen this person lying bullshit.
And then he says that's because men made them wage more war.
Yeah, man made everybody, doing bad stuff like women watching stupid soap operas. Oh, men made them watch that stupid opera. I saw yesterday man with a gun putting it on the woman's head. Watch that soap operas. They are shit, but you need to watch them. Yeah, right. So like clueless shit. Just avoiding any responsibility they can. I mean, like it's always men's fault. It's impossible for women to be her fault. It's just physically impossible. Physics denies that possibility. Mathematics denies that possibility. It's
Uh,
like,
Ivica, I'm starting to think that that jiu-jitsu dweeb guy is a troll.
yeah, probably they're like trying to mess up MGTOW any ways they can, but they can't. It's impossible. We are too big now. You should have come earlier, Mr. Jiu-Jitsu. Or Miss Jiu-Jitsu. You should have come earlier. It's now.
Let's call since there are more than two genders, let's call him it.
Yeah, it's probably one of those persons that have multiple sexes or how many are 54 sexes in USA officially? Like I read it somewhere, like 50 or how it's I thought it was like joke or something. 50 something sexes. Crazy. Nature must be stupid for having just two. But what nature knows, it's like we know better.
Look at my response I made to jiu-jitsu dweeb. What do you think of it?
I mean, let's just not waste any time because it's precious. This is last hangout on this troll. Just let her or him type anything they want.
Uh, I have everyone moderator, so I could just easily hide her comments and she will try to say whatever she wants, but we'll never have to bother with her useless idiotism.
I really wish some woman or some soy boy comes out and like make good argument. Like when I was a member of female forums, you basically impossible to find a person that's like ready to put some serious argument. Like all their arguments are like this jiu-jitsu person. Oh, you hate women. We need more women in power. You are frustrated. Your woman, your mother. Uh, Destroyed you, you had problems with your mother, you are impotent, you have small penis, you are weak, you are incapable, you're the same shit always. I really wish some person comes out and puts some evidence and something just to shut my mouth, so I could say, wow, you're right. It hurts me to say it, but you're right, but it's impossible. Like they're
Uh,
always in the same circle, running in the same circles. Boring.
Another thing I'd like to mention is that these people in the women forums, they don't act the same way we do. They just think with emotion, and they'll come up with a quick emotional argument to shame us.
Exactly. And they even get more emotional the more arguments and proofs you put out, the more emotional they get because they think they can out emotion your proofs, which is like idiotic. They can't do that, but they really believe that if they act emotionally and attack you together. I remember the entire forum attacking me at the same time. It's like horrendous. You can't type as fast as the entire forum because all feminazis are against you and all soy boys are against you, and you just need to to try to hand, hand them all to handle them all, and it's like impossible physically because you can't type as fast as 20 or 30 people at the same time. So it's
Another
like
thing I'd like
crazy.
to mention is, sorry to cut you off, but I have to. Another thing I'd like to mention is that your strategy by talking about MGTOW and how great it is on women's forums is basically like trying to talk about life to a wall.
Yes, but I didn't do it for that reason, to tell them how great it is. I was there to just to destroy their nerves. For example, I made a topic over there.
Then your
Like
strategy is great.
I made you should have seen their anger, their frustration, their madness. You should have seen it. Like, and I would always put the picture of smiling man smoking a cigar with cigar in one hand and whiskey in another, and like, oh, please prove me wrong, and then put some facts and sources and everything. Please try to break this evidence down. Try to prove me wrong, prove this evidence wrong. Try this, and they never could, because only all they had like is you are this, you are that, you're like a woman hater, misogynist, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, so you haven't proved my evidence wrong, have you? And they were like, rah, rah, rah. And you just go there and to kill their because they're like they didn't have the feeling of dealing with real men in I mean all those soy boys like yeah you're right you're women girls we support you blah 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 and somebody shows up and shows them that no way I'm gonna agree with you if you're not right. I don't care. You're not right. Fuck you. I have evidence. Please show me your evidence. And they're like, stop. Who let you here? Please, admins, remove him from here. We don't want you here. Blah blah blah. Now I would be always like putting some gifs, like laughing and everything. So,
You have just given me an idea.
well, they basically ban you at the end, but while it lasts, it's so fun. I mean, I remember.
I have VPNs, which means I can make multiple troll accounts.
Oh, that's a serious weapon, man. You need to use that. You need to use that shit. I wish I had that because if I had that, I would make a circus out of it. I would make it a mess. I would destroy the entire forum. Believe me, it would be mayhem. Believe me.
I would give you a link to a free VPN, which will let you do that.
Oh, I would like to have that. Send me on the mail, please.
Yes, but you need to make a new Google account to make a new account on the forums to wreak even more havoc.
Well, I'm really bad with computers and all that. I hardly managed to find out how to use this link for. I'm not sure I'll be able to do it, but I'll try. But I need to warn you before you go there. They
Uh,
will they will use the lowest, the most pathetic, the most mean, the most. How can I put it? Like it's not gonna be like just insults. They'll try to translate your words. I remember saying one thing, and they attack me for saying something that I never said. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? They'll use everything just to show you as a monster. I remember I put a picture of a girl holding a piece of paper with something was written on the piece of paper in English, and they translated it totally differently. They translated it as something totally different. Like it's like this girl was saying, "I don't need feminism because this, that, and blah blah blah." So the reasons, and they translated it in their heads. Of course, they know it's not the truth, but they just use it to attack you. And you approve rape. And I was like, who said, what you talking about? Oh, you, that picture you put. And I was like, okay, let me put it again, please. Does anybody speak English here? Where's the rape here? Oh no, you are a rape apologist. And they'll use absolutely everything. You need the really thick skin before you go there.
Yes.
They will, they won't even read that you've written, what you wrote.
Oh,
They won't even read it.
I could make countless of videos just trolling them.
Yes, that would kill them because I was the only person there, and they couldn't handle me, and I was alone. That was like they lost. They were so frustrated. They're like trying, attacking, humiliating, spitting on me. I don't know this and that. And I would just laugh them off, put some not another bunch of evidence, and like, come on, so I'm wrong, right? Prove me wrong, please. Please prove me wrong. And put the picture of guy smoking a cigar and laughing. And they were like, you stupid this shit. You like impotent. You are like misogynist, blah, blah. And I would put another evidence and say, so let's keep on putting evidence in hope that you will break them somehow. But who can break the fact, right? And put again another picture of men laughing. So it was just like, yo, man, they were like so frustrated. You need to go there to destroy their nerves.
Yes. Now, now one person was enough to destroy them partially, but two people, that would be catastrophic.
Oh yeah, they would be like because when you have support and when you support each other, they're like, fuck, this shit is spreading. No. They would be like scared. They were scared when I was there because some guys entered and said, hey, these are valid evidence. And the girls were like, no, please stop him putting evidence. Somebody else will see this evidence and realize the truth. Please stop him, ban him right this moment, immediately ban him. So it was like, yo, man, crazy. And later, some girls started to say, hey, you're right. I don't know why they did it, but maybe those were like trolls or something. But when they saw that, they were like, you fucking bitch, you're joining him. He's a misogynist, and you are a misogynist, and you are against women too. You are not a good woman, you're a bad woman, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh man, that was so great. Good times, right?
Uh, that brings me on to another topic. The whole reason women do these shaming tactics against MGTOW is just a big, I don't want this to spread. I don't want it to spread. Do something. I must do something.
Exactly. Many men don't understand that it's not like they attack you. They're not attacking you to hurt you, to put shit on you. No, they're doing it because they want to shut your mouth. They want to shut you up. That's what they want. It's not just to hurt you. Well, basically that's bonus, right? To hurting you is just bonus for them. But first and basic reason is to shut you up because you are dangerous. Your voice is dangerous. You're spreading evidence. You're spreading facts, and they want to keep the facts hidden and evidence kept hidden, because if that spreads, the entire illusion they built around themselves is going to crumble down, and that's what they fear the most. You're still
Uh,
arguing with that person. Oh man, stop wasting your time. How much do we
I'm
have?
going to do the final ban hammer. He can no longer comment.
Oh, let her. Who gives a fuck?
I wasn't really arguing with her, I was just trolling her.
roasting her, right?
Yes, just imagine. Mikta is toxic masculinity, and when I say, thanks for your useless, unimportant, non relevant opinion, and I still don't care.
I forgot to tell you. You know what happened on one forum? They needed to restart the entire forum. That's the scope of mayhem I made over there. Can you
Oh,
imagine that? They needed to restart the entire forum because I was just putting facts and they can't ban you for putting facts. You're not trolling, you're not hurting anybody, you're not spitting, you're not swearing, you're not insulting anybody, just putting facts and they cannot stop you. And they need to stop you. And they just went crazy and start fighting among themselves. Even mods started to fight among themselves. It's like they had to restart the entire forum. And many subjects, many topics were lost. All kinds of shit was lost and everybody was pissed just to put down and ban single guy. And I was like, wow, this is great. And one guy after I was banned, I still could enter and see what's going on the forum. And one guy just typed one day, "What a power! This guy, you had to restart the entire forum because of one single guy. What a power!"
oh yeah.
And they were like, "Fucking shit! He's getting supporters here again." Oh man, they're so they really think they can just shut you up and everybody will forget what you said and the evidence will just die and the truth will just fade away. The facts will just disappear. Like they really believe they can stop the truth. That I remember thinking to myself, are these women brave because they think they can stop the truth, or are they just stupid because to stop the truth from coming out is like who can do that? I mean, United States are the greatest empire ever existed, and even they can't hide the shit they did, and the truth is spreading like no, and they have the ultimate power, money, secret service, financial system. They have military, they have spies, they have everything, and they can't stop the truth. And these women will stop the truth. What do they have? What they have? What power? With what? With what will they stop the truth? It's like oh my god.
Another idea. Use loop. Check the forum's rules extensively to find any possible loopholes.
Yes, but they keep the privilege. It happened to me. They said, "Okay, you didn't do anything wrong, but this is female forum and we can do anything we want, so we ban you." You understand? That can't happen to you in men's forum on men's forum because they can't just ban you for no reason. But this is female forum and we have our privileges and our rights and we don't want you here so we ban you. You didn't do anything wrong, but this is female forum. We can do whatever we want. It's like that shit with the Girl Scouts, right? You want to join? No, you can't. This is female scouts. But they can join male scouts. They can do anything. They can go to male scouts. They can
Another
go
thing I'd like to mention, male scouts didn't get a choice in whether they want to accept female scouts or not.
exactly. So they are females. They have vaginas and they have ultimate power. They can do whatever they want. Yeah, but they are subjected to bad, very bad masculinity and patriarchy. Oh, so sad, so weak, so oppressed, but they can do anything. What? What the fuck? When you put that idea in your mind, treba završavaš, šta?
Nothing, nothing special, just a small interruption.
Okay.
Anyways, now the problem is females aren't really good at keeping track of accounts, meaning that if you make a second account or even a third, they'll start losing their minds.
Oh, if I had that knowledge of switching accounts and all that, oh, I would just. I believe they would be like intensifying antidepressant. What's the word? Crisis, antidepressant crisis in Serbia, because that was like they were like going mad, literally going mad. It was like I couldn't stop laughing. But but at first you need really thick skin because they will try absolutely the most vile attacks. It's not like oh you're this and that. No, they'll just invent shit just to attack you. Maybe Igor Kudrin could join because this is your last hangout.
Oh
Maybe Igor
yes,
Kudrin could join just to. I really
I'm
had
think I'm thinking of other
a lot of
software.
time.
I'm thinking of other software to continue streaming this.
Well, you have the knowledge of computers.
Oh yes,
You
and I
should
can
just.
even share knowledge of how to create new Google accounts, which will let you make this in, which will let a situation intensify.
Oh, with your knowledge, you could just. Hey, we'll do this. I will support you with a lot of evidence, statistics, and everything, and you'll use your knowledge with those accounts and all that shit to bombard them, to bombard them 24/7 with facts and evidence, so they so they can just lose their mind or be constantly on antidepressants. That would be like great. Is Igor Kudrin ready to join in? I had a lot of time. I mean, I don't want to spend all time just by myself. Maybe others
I
should.
think he's here.
You are about to close. He should join immediately. You're about to close. This is like Igor.
Well, usually I'll close, but I have a question. Should I close the usual time or extend it by a few minutes?
I think you should extend it and use those few minutes for Igor Kudrin just for a goodbye for this hangout stream because it's going to history. So I
Well, there would
call.
be software, and I will teach you how to enter the other software so that you're at least able to join in my new streams.
I would be delighted. I love hanging out with you, and it was great as usually, as always. So thank you. I really had a nice time every time I did join. So maybe Igor Kudrin, it would be great
Uh,
to.
there's a small caveat. From what I've heard, Igor Curtin isn't even here.
Oh, so is there anybody else interested?
No, but I will be planning to make new videos.
Oh, that's expected. You are like just building up. You are like still rookie. In 10 years, you'll be like stronger than Sandman, bigger than Sandman, bigger than TFM. You will
Sandman
be
actually
the.
helped me grow this channel.
You will grow exponentially. You will be number one in a decade or two. Like you will be the ruler, like MGTOW, like we joked about MGTOW. But on the world scale, Tito was like regional power. You will be like continental or global powerhouse. MGTOW powerhouse, Igor MGTOW. That would
Uh,
be.
those trolling videos will be so epic.
Oh yeah. And we should use those pictures I sent you with the feminists protesting in Serbia. We,
And I had a question. Whatever happened to the feminist laws that were passed in June the 1st?
I don't know really. We should find a source. some source in Serbian court, how they call it, institution, Serbian court institutions. So we get the fresh information about changing laws and where are things going and where are they now, because it would be such a good source for you to spread your channel, and it would be like you would be like that guy Snowden that had info from CIA. You would have info from Serbian courts and institutions, so you could just spread that info and spread the truth and laugh at the feminazis. That would be like the best channel in Serbia, I think, and worldwide.
Those ideas are actually great, and I'm considering those ideas.
Wrote them
And
somewhere.
and also, what female form should be on the first list for trolling?
I'll send you mail.
Okay.
I don't want to make a commercial for them. They are feminazis and they
They
don't
don't
deserve.
deserve a commercial.
Yeah, it would be like free commercial for them. Everything is how they call it, free attention for them. We don't want to give them free attention. The only attention we're going to give them is frustrating attention, nerve-breaking attention, and psychologically suffering attention. That's what they need to get. They deserve it.
Oh, yes. They would be getting attention, but not the type they want or expect.
Exactly. Exactly. They say every attention is good attention. Oh no. When somebody is breaking your nerves, when somebody is making you uneasy, when somebody is frustrating you, that's not a attention you enjoy, believe me. And that's what they're going to get.
Of course.
So that would be like the best thing, because spreading the truth and evidence and arguments that are unbreakable would make it hard for them to counter you. How can they counter you? They can only, spill insults. But after some time, people will say, "Okay, are the insults all you feminazis have? I mean, you are just like making the same circle all the time with those insults. You're not interesting. You're not funny. You're not doing anything. What do you think you're doing? You're not breaking his evidence. You're not breaking his facts. You're not destroying his what he's saying. You're not doing anything. Just
Oh,
looks funny and ridiculous. You even confirm he's right. So that video would be like videos like that would just be like spread like
uh,
wildfire.
and another thing. It's right now 0 hours and 4 minutes.
Yes, and it would be enough for tonight. And I want to thank you and to really wish you the best and to say I'm looking forward to hearing you on another platform, or what will you program, or what
Yes,
will
I'll
you
make
make.
more videos on other platforms. That's the plan.
Keep it up, keep dominating, and all the best, Igor. Good night, and good night to everybody. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Uh, Anyways, this has been Igor Mekta and Video Games. We've had a long stream. Like and subscribe if you can't already done so. Hit the notification bell if you can't already done so. And anyways, this has been Igor Mekta and Video Games, and bye bye.